Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, today I thought I would finally make an account tour of my, well, obviously of my account in Honkai Star Rail. I have been essentially a day one player, so what some people call a veteran in this game, and I have a lot of characters to show. Maybe some map progress and like Saber Universe expansions and so on. So hopefully if YouTube has given me this ability, I will chapter the video so you can check out what you want to, if you don't want to see some segments, or if you are more interested in others, it will be up to you, hopefully. I'm not sure if this is like always possible on YouTube. Maybe you need some kind of subscribers goal first. So I guess we'll start by first checking when I actually started playing the game, because despite me saying I am a day one player, that's not really the case. I think I was a day 2, day 3 player, and yeah. So Honkai released on the 26th of April, and I started playing on the 28th. So not really a day one player, you know, but I've been with this game through basically everything. It was kind of weird that Honkai is essentially my first gacha game. It's essentially my first turn-based game, and I can't really explain why, but I have been enjoying it for the entire, what is it? I think it's like it will soon be 3 years. I don't think I skipped a single day. We can even check. I think in the achievements we can check the what's called like the consecutive day streak. So it's right now the 971 day, which is kind of insane. Yeah, but I've been enjoying this game a lot. Ever since it came out, there were a lot of like low points, so to speak, but nevertheless, each and every patch I play, I pay attention to the story, and it's probably like my favorite part, you know, the world building and the expansive universe and so on. The themes, they're insane. But of course, like with every gacha, the characters are really, really important. And that's part of the reason why I still play the game and why I started playing the game. So, I think we will first start with the characters, because that's probably what most people are interested in. I could show off my room, but I think this will just sour the impression for some people. So, let's first start with a quick look at who I got and who I don't have. As you can see, I have most of the characters, so 64 out of 76. You can quickly see who I have, and I will then show each character in more focus, more detail, I guess. And you might notice that I'm kind of that I'm a fan of a certain type of characters. So yeah, these are the only characters I don't have, and I think for now I might speak a little bit about why I don't have them, because I think that's kind of interesting, the thought process. So let's start with Loja. Loja was actually a really hard skip for me. I really liked him, despite me preferring female characters. I really like the male characters with long hair. I think they're gorgeous. I think Loji is one of the most beautiful characters in the game. I really like his clothing. I really loved his hair. Like, this is just insane. I really wanted to get him, but I was saving for Xuan at that point, because I really liked her, and I had to skip him. And then when he finally had his rerun, I already had 2 sustains, and he was kind of falling out of the meta, so I felt bad about pulling him. So it just never came to be. So, sorry Loja, maybe someday when they give you a buff, I will pull for you. Then we go to the fun favorite, I think, which is Blade. And I think a lot of people loved him for his story and for his design, but he's probably one of the only characters I'm pretty much indifferent to. I think he has some great story bits, has a lot of potential. His story is quite interesting, but I really don't care for him. I care for his relationship with Jing Yuan and Tang in a way that matters to them. But as a character, he doesn't interest me at all, and I don't think I don't find his design cool. I mean, I kind of like this. Not sure what to call it, the flower patterns. But other than that, it's it's a man for me, you know. Then Jing Liu was a very weird skip for me because I mean she basically fits everything I like about her character, or at least a lot of that. She was really powerful meta-wise. I really like her design, despite it being kind of, even by that point when she released in 1.3, she was already kind of Xianzhou dress, generic looking, if you know what I'm talking about. But still, I do enjoy her design. But I just never really, it never really worked out. I wasn't impressed by her story. She's cool, I guess, you know. And I really wanted Topaz, which is weird because most people skip Topaz to get Jing Liu. I mean, didn't really skip Topaz, but they didn't save pools for Topaz because they wanted to get Jing Liu. For me, it was the other way around. And I can't say I regret it, because finally enough, Jing Liu has fallen out of the meta pretty quickly. I think with the release of Acheron or something. Maybe I will get her in the future because she was buffed. She's stronger right now, and I would love to get to have more ice characters. But for now, I don't think I will. Oh, I just skipped over that. I forgot. I will try to go into the release of water, but I might get things confused because of the order of the characters here. So, Tang. I love Tang a lot. He's a great character. But he's, first of all, I don't like his design here. I think this hair is kind of ugly. I don't like the window. Not because I'm not against nudity. I'm not against male nudity. I just think that this isn't done not tastefully, but I think they could have done it better. I think the only other character that has this is Aventurine, and I like it on him as well. I like Mighty. I think they have done Mighty great in that part. I just can't really explain why I don't enjoy it. Maybe because it just isn't bigger. If he had bigger, what's called pectoral muscles, I'm not sure, it would look better. But for me, it looks a bit weird. So yeah, I didn't really feel his story in that patch when it was revealed. It was cool backstory, you know. But this forum doesn't really mean anything to me. I have no connection to it. Which isn't the case for his Permanent Soteria form, which I will talk about a bit later. So who was next? Oh, next was Black Xuan. And Black Xuan I have skipped for a ton of reasons. First of all, I didn't have Kafka when she came out, and so I didn't have a team for her. And second of all, I think that Black Xuan has, I think that's really unpopular opinion, but I think Black into the game. I'm kind of the opinion that if you want to go into like the sexualized design, you know, you either do you either sexualize the design tastefully or you don't do it at all. And I think that Black Swan is just done extremely badly, you know? Like, your entire costume is nonsensical. It just, like, nothing here makes sense. Like, okay, I guess she has a whale. Maybe, I don't know, like, a whale kind of makes sense for something, at least. The belts are stupid. I hate them. I don't understand why they added them. If she gets, like, kind of a veil in front of your face, like, you know, semi-transparent, I guess it would be somewhat better. To me, at least, it would be like signifying some kind of a ghost. So she, like, is like a mimetic entity that isn't really physical. But this is just really weird for me. I hate her front. I think this is like ugly. I think the sleeves are ugly. Like this entire part isn't done tastefully. I don't think this is sexy. I don't think this is good design. I don't think this is beautiful. It's just a mess, you know. The color thing is cool. I like the color. That's basically it. Like the stomach and hips area. I also think this is ugly. So yeah, I never really liked her, and I don't plan on getting her. Maybe if she gets buffed, or added to the Colon Skulls shop, maybe I'll get her there because like it's basically free. But otherwise, I'm thinking I won't ever get Black Swan. I really like your character, like as in the story, and I think the latest patch, which is 3.8, has expanded on her nicely. Like not a lot, but still. I think she's a good character, but it's just not enough to overweigh the atrocious, in my opinion, design. If you like her, no problem. Like you do you. She's just not for me. Next it was Boothill, who I really want to get. I really like Boothill. He has a great character. I really like his gameplay. I really like his design. But every time he comes out, it's just such unlucky banners for me. Because the first time he came out, I was pulling a Robin, and after a Robin, I had like 10 balls and nothing else. And I tried to pawn him, and I didn't get him, so it didn't come to pass. I think he had his second rerun. When was it? I think it was in 3.0, like at the Aglaea's half. And I used all my pulls on Herta and Aglaea, so I couldn't get him, which I was really sad about. And I hoped that they would rerun Boothill and Rappa this patch, like at least on the third banner, like on the third, but they didn't. So now I just wait, and I suspect that he's going to rerun like in 4.1 or 4.2, which is around the anniversary. And I will have to skip him again because I will like be waiting for other characters, or like already have wasted my balls on other characters. So this is really disappointing for me. I would love to get him. He is great, but it's extremely unlucky. Funnily enough, he's like one of the few male characters I extremely enjoy. I think next was Yun Li, who I do enjoy her gameplay. I think it's great. I think they've done like a great job by kind of making it more interactive than Clara's. Your design is a bit weird, like because she's like a teen, you know, and she's, in my opinion, quite heavily sexualized. Like if she was grown up, I would think that this is tastefully done, but it's kind of creepy, you know what I mean? But I think she has a good face. I really like her. I think like, well, let's call it Tiara. I really like her gameplay, and I think in general her design is quite nice. Like, I mean, it's weird, but it does flow nicely. Like, I really like these hand things. I kind of like the dress decorations. But again, every time she came, I couldn't pull her because I was saving for other characters. Maybe sometime in the future, but at this point, I doubt it. So next was Jojo, who was great in the story. I really enjoyed him, but he has a pretty boring design. I like that he's a Foxian. I like that he's pink. I like the ears and tail. And I did want him for my Acheron. But again, he was before Feixiao, and I had to get her. So it didn't come to pass. And by later patches, I was saving for others, and now I have Silver Wolf and Cipher, so I don't really need him for my Acheron. So I guess it will never come to pass again. Let's check. I think, yeah, it was Mighty and then Enox. So Mighty again, great character. In the story, I like his design. I think like maybe some people won't call this sexualized. I think it is, and I think this is tastefully done. Like, this is done good, done great. I think this is like nice. I really like that they have given him a lot of puzzles. It's really cool. His gameplay is bad, but other than that, I think he is good. I like his hair and stuff, but I was saving for other characters. I don't really need him, and I just really prefer like cuter female designs, which I guess some people might consider weird or strange. I know a lot of guys kind of enjoy the like the macho vibe, like the strong characters. They find it cool, but for me, just I don't really care about that. You know, I like cute things more. I do like cool characters, but I prefer cuteness, so to speak. And then it was an exam. I think he's cool as well. I really can't comment on his design. It's like, it's cool, I guess. I don't feel like any particular way towards it. He was good in his story. And gameplay wise, I just had Jade for my Herta, and I didn't really need a win solo DPS. So he just got skipped. Like, there was no point in pulling for him. And there were like still a lot of characters I want to get later on. Skipping Fidan, I think I regret a lot. He's an amazing character, as like his personality. He was simply great in the story. Like, half of the reason why Amphoreus was so good was because of him and his writing. His gameplay is cool. I think a lot of people like found it a bit like a lot of meta players, let's call it that, not regular players, found his gameplay to be a bit lagging. Like, there was too little to optimize, so to speak, you know. But I think it just presents another way to play the game, a different way from other characters, and I think that's fun. I like his animations. I think his second form, it's really sad we can't actually view it here somewhere, but I guess that's fine. His second form is really cool. But when I got him, when it was his banner, I think that's when the first leaks or maybe it was even an announcement of Evernight came out, and I just really like March. Like she's one of my favorite characters in the game. And it was Saber Spinner as well, which was like Saber and Archer, which was at that moment we weren't sure how long it would hold. So I used most of my pulls on Hyacine and Cipher before that, and then I had to save tons of my pulls for Saber, and after that I had to save. I had to save my pulls for Evernight because she was like, at least to me, she is more enticing than Finan. I did use some of my pulls on Finance Spire, if I'm not mistaken, but I didn't got him early, and so I had to just deal with that, I guess. If he runs a third time, like at a better point, I might get him. Especially if I don't have like another physical DPS by that point, because I think physical is the only element I'm like completely lacking. Not completely, but you know. And Cerritor I thoroughly enjoyed in the story. I really liked it. She wasn't just, you know, like a tsundere type character that's like, oh, I'm angry, but secretly I like everyone, I like my friends, you know. She's kind of like that, but she's also kind of ruthless and what's the word? I forgot it. Sorry, not gentle, let's just call it that. Like, she is a bit tyrannical. I think she has, I wouldn't call the design cute, but I really like that she's small. That's cute, I think. Cool hair, cool crown. It really reminds me of Rina a bit. And so, all in all, I really like her design. I was planning to pull her as well if I got like a lot of pulls so I could guarantee myself March. But her kit is just, I have no one to use her with. I have no Finan, I have no Anaxa. My Archer doesn't need her, so like I won't use her for anything on my account. I had to skip her. Maybe if in the future she gets buffed or like reworked to work better with other characters, or if you had more characters work with you who I like, I will pull for her. But otherwise, I have to just buy the bullet and skip her. So that was a short part of why I skipped some of the characters, which isn't a lot. How many is it? It's 6, 10, 12 characters. I skipped only 12 characters. And so now I think we can more precisely check out how my other characters I built and which characters I have. So I think we'll go in the release order. I just think that makes sense. So first of all, let's start with Stelle, like the main character, the MC. After this video is like published, I will edit it to include some like what should I call it? Like relic scores, like and build scores from a certain site, which is like called free builds, if you know. So you could like see precisely everything about the build. But for now, I'll just have to kind of alt plus tab, see what like I see in my browser and tell it. But if I haven't forgotten about adding it, you should be able to see the build somewhere to the left of the character. So let's start with the Remembrance. She's level 280, like everything the Lightcon is the one from the story, because it's just strictly better than this one. nothing special here. She's leveled with Monk's traces, which is what I do with all of my characters, usually at least ones that I use, because I'm sort of a completionist at heart. I don't like when characters aren't completely upgraded. So I'm using her on the win set because I heard it's like the best one. Like it's nothing. I mean, some pieces are quite good. It's nothing extraordinary. I think like this piece is kind of insane. This is kind of bad. This is actually quite good. And these two pieces are, well, their rope is meh, and this one is good. Sadly, I couldn't get her to 160, and I think there are like higher breakpoints. And my win set farming is really unlucky. I barely get like any speed pieces, and most of them aren't like don't level high enough. So sadly, she is at 6 Eidolons. Of course, these ones are pretty easy to get compared to her Harmony ones. And so, let's quickly check out the Harmony build as well. Oh, before that, I should probably say that this build is rated as a double S, so at least the site considers this to be pretty good. Okay, let's check out the Harmony build. After the release of Fugue and before the release of Dahlia, I haven't used this build practically at all. But right now with the Dahlia and Fugue, and you being able to sometimes replace the sustain with the HMC, I have started to use her a bit more, like in my previous videos. If you want to watch them, like with Anomaly Obliteration, I've used her on the King stage. So nothing special. 157 speed. I think she has energy rope, dance at Supreme Position 3. Traces are maxed as well. I'm using the break build, the break buffing set. I could switch to this set, but I don't have good pieces, so for now I'm just staying with this one. But I'm planning to make a switch. She's at 6 Eidolons. I don't remember when I got this, but I think it was when we were still at Pinaconi, because I was basically completing all of the exploration pretty quickly. Okay, next up, I think we'll first check out the standard 4 stars, let's call them, that they still use. And then some of the standard 5 stars before going on to the first banners, which I pulled on. So, I guess let's start with Tingyun first. I haven't used her in a long time. I think it must be more than a year now. She still has some of her build. I used to run her with the slide gun or with the dance, but right now no real point in using that on her. I mean dance on her, and this one gives strictly less energy, so we stay with meshing cogs. Traces are maxed as well. She's using the Sacerdos set and some unleveled boots, because seemingly I forgot. And one whack. Nothing special here. I think it's mostly mediocre pieces, except this one probably. Yeah, everything else is pretty much just okay. This is my year, the Puppet Herta. We're come back to the meta in 1.5 with I guess it was 1.6. Yeah, it was 1.6. When the release of Pure Fiction was great. It was really sad that we couldn't use her before that, or we could, but she wasn't really good. I'm running her on the max traces, and yeah, this is essentially a pure fiction set because I don't use her anywhere outside of pure fiction, and this is like a follow-up set. There are probably like there might be a better set right now because this set is kind of weak, but I don't really want to refarm her. Yeah, her build I think is rated as S plus. So she does her job in pure fiction when I decide to run her. She's pretty good there. Okay. I don't really use any other 4 stars. I mean the ones that were released with the start of the game. So I think we'll skip other 4 stars for now and check out the standard 5 stars. So first one is Clara, for whom I do have a build which is rated as a double S. It's pretty nice. I'm using her signature light gun, which I can actually enhance, I think. Yeah, but I think it's just better to save it for someone else later on. Max traces. I'm using the newest quantum piece. She doesn't get the quantum bonus here, but she doesn't care about the speed, and because of her low speed she's able to get a 32% crit rate boost. So that's great. She sits like 95, yeah, 95 crit rate in battle. Would be nice to get it to 100, but I had to move some pieces around for Castorice and so on. I'm also running what's called, I forgot the name, Turtle Soda. I have some good pieces here, like some great pieces. I would like to switch her to Ruan because I think it's better damage wise, but I don't have any like good physical pieces. Like this is pretty atrocious, you know. And she's not my priority build wise. If I get accidentally some great pieces, I will give them to her, but for now she has to stay with what she's given. Now Shepard. Sadly, he's unequipped. He doesn't have light gun or any relics, and his rays aren't maxed. Because I was only using him, I think, until I got my Xuan. Maybe until I got my Huohuo. I'm not actually sure. He was my first 5-star, and at the start I was really disappointed. I mean, his gameplay out of all 5 stars was quite boring. He's just a shielder, you know, nothing special. He wasn't quite pronounced in the story, but to be honest, he carried me through the early Cinematic Universe days. Depending on how long you've been playing this game, you might remember that before, like the Divergent Universe, like stuff like that, you had to complete the Cinematic Universe worlds to unlock like the ornaments farming and so on. And some of the worlds at that point, when you're still like really early level, you don't have relics, you don't have level traces, you don't have level 80 characters, they were really hard. But the preservation and remembrance paths were insane with Shepard. He was like solo carrying me through early worlds and like even Port 5 and 6, I think. So I wasn't thankful that I got him, but he did help my account a lot. Because of him, I could even clear some of the Member of Chaos, like lower stages. Which I guess in a way I really am thankful for. Okay, let's see. There's Bronya. Again, I've stopped using her after I got Sunday. I know she still has her uses and she's max traces. I even have some traces on her, but I don't really have a point, like any team, to use her. I think I forgot kind of to speak on the design of other characters, so I think I will have to start talking about it right now. I like the top half of her design. Like I think this dress thing is kind of cool. This part is kind of crazy. I don't understand what they thought, because like this isn't erotic, this isn't sexy, this is just ugly. The boots are really cool. I like the boots. I just like with a lot of dresses on Honkai, I think it would be better if she had like a full dress, or because I love their cuts, just make like a hip cut, you know, give her a hip cut and then like the dress here so you can still like show off at least one boot. I think hip cuts are like more tasteful than whatever this is. Like this is just crazy, insane design choice. But yeah, I haven't been using her at all the past year, so she just sits in the back with some relics, waiting for something crazy to happen, maybe some new tactic. Then here's Grandpa Welt. Great character, amazing. He has some great gameplay design, like choices. I think that his Stelle mechanic is really cool. It's really sad that they haven't explored this in more detail since. But I knew a lot of people used him. I know a lot of people used him when he at the start of the game because he was quite a quite good DPS, the only imaginary DPS at some point. And he did help a lot of people to survive the MOC stages, because a lot of people didn't have two sustains, you know. But by the point I got him, let's actually check when I got him. I think, yeah, so it was like 2 months after the game started. Not too late. Oh, I remember. I think, yeah, I remember now. I got him when I was pulling for Silver Wolf. I remember now. I got Silver Wolf, or actually, let me quickly check. Yep, I got him and then Silver Wolf in the next two pulls. That's how it was. I really never had like a use for him by that point. I had like some. I already had DPS. I didn't need like a pseudo sustain because I could use my Shepard and Natasha. And so I never really got a purpose on my account. Right now he's at 0 icons. Oh, I actually forgot to show that. My Bronya is year 3. When she gets her E4, I know she can be played with Feixiao quite well. And at E6, I think she's like essentially just becomes Sunday. I think. Well, of course, she has his entire kit, but your skill functions similarly. And Shepard is year 2 as well. Yeah. So, well, that's nice. I like his character. He's our dad, you know. But never really got a use for him. So here's Yanxin or Yanxin. Yanxin. I think it's Yanxin. Yanxin. Okay. I will just call him Yanxin. It's easier for me. Let's check when I got him. Okay, so I got him not almost a year, but like 8 months after the release of the game. I think it was from the standard binary, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, I'm not entirely sure. He was weak by that point as well. He was considered to be pretty bad, even at the release of the game. I mean, was the tier list like in most tier lists by that point he was like A or S tier, but it was simply due to the lack of DPSs. And like when the Seele and Jing Yuan and the new rank, the Lunae deal got released, Jansen was completely out of the meta. He was really bad, and he still has some like pretty weird gameplay design choices. So I never really got to using him. I leveled him purely to get the standard pass, and I just left him at this point. No need to level him up. He holds, similarly to my belt, they both hold some relics for my other characters, or like for my future builds. I think this one is for Vincent, Feixiao, or Kafka. I think it's kind of mixed by this point. Yeah, he just holds some Vincent pieces, probably for Kafka, judging by Lushaga, and the belt is holding some for Aglaea. It's like a slow Aglaea build. He's a 3, but his items don't do anything, so it doesn't really matter. Next up is Pilo. Pilo I think I got pretty late. Yeah, relatively late. I think by that point I was I already had 2 sustains, and because of Xuan and later Huohuo, a lot of stages had a lot of debuffs and like control, like enemies that could apply control effects. Against which Pilo, she can't do anything. She struggles a lot. Which is really sad. I think she has a really cute design. I like her design, she's really cute. I think she has a good character. She's really fun. Her gameplay is quite, well, it's somewhat special, for an abundance character. The revive is nice. I just butchered her because they didn't give her any kind of cleanse. You can use her on some stages where there are no debuffs, or at least like no control debuffs. Like maybe she doesn't against dots, but otherwise you're just in for the world of pain. So sadly, no use for her. She doesn't even hold any relics, though she is E2. I think. Oh no, I thought that this gives her an additional resurrection, but I think that's your E6. Okay, and well, yeah, Himika is the last one. So, I got Himiko pretty late, so it was the end of the second year of the game, which is kind of crazy. I really wanted her when the Pure Fiction was released, because I watched online how so many people cleared the Pure Fiction with the combination of Himiko and Gerda. It was so fun. And she has a great personality. I like her character, I like her design. I think the dress is beautiful, like this is gorgeous. I really like the flower petals, like the gold flower patterns. I really like the coat. She's really cool, but by the point I got her, there was no point to using her. I already had like perfection teams, and I didn't really need her, so she's sitting here awaiting a release of her SP version. And I think that's all the standard characters, so we can now move to the release characters, to the limited characters. And the first character is of course Seele. I got somewhat lucky with her. I got her on her like in 80 like 76 pulls. I'm checking can write down my full history. Uh, so relatively lucky. I didn't have to go to 50-50, and she carried me through the early patches. She was great, amazing character. Really fun to play. Good in the story. Weird design. I still don't get what this is. This is really strange. I think Huohuo doesn't really understand, or maybe at least the Honkai team doesn't understand these kinds of designs, like, you know, I will just call it sexualized designs. I think kind of like Huohuo learned a bit like in the 3.0 because like of the Mighty and stuff. But these like early attempts at weird sexualization, they just look out of place. Like this, nothing here makes sense. I like the blues. I like the outer dress thingy, you know. It kind of looks like butterfly wings or like flower petals. That's cool. The wildfire, what's it called, like a band, I'm not sure, is nice. I like your hair. The boots are, well, they are neutral, but like the swimsuit part and like the mini shorts, it just looks out of place. Like most things, I think she would do better with a full covered, like a full dress. But nonetheless, I like your gameplay a lot. I got your Lightcon in 1.4, so it was Topaz Ruan Banner. I got Topaz very quickly, and then I decided, okay, I will just pull for this Lightcon as well, because I was still using Seele a lot by that point. She has been power grabbed to hell and back. You know, you can't really use her right now if you don't invest in your supports, or if you aren't just insanely dedicated to her. And I'm a bit sad about that. But I have played with her a lot. Like, I have been using her, I think, like, until Acheron released. I think I was always using her on one side of the MOC. I'm not sure I can be for certain, but I did play a lot with her, so I don't really regret putting for her or her Lightcon. In case I can like use it on some other characters. No Hysilens, of course. The next character is Jing Yuan. I think he has a great design, visual wise. He has a good personality, and when I got him, I wasn't really interested in him. But it was my first interaction with Huohuo, essentially. And I still remember how when he was released, I was watching some videos from YouTubers who were like talking about how incredibly powerful he is. Like, oh my god, check out how much damage he deals, and he is so insane. And so I kind of, I need him, you know. He's so strong, I just need to get him. And I got really lucky. I got him in 56 balls, and then his first Eidolon in 3 balls, like, that's duplicate, so like double 5-star in 10 ball. And I used him. I played with him. I was using him until I got my second DPS, which was Topaz. And I used him with Topaz as well. But by that point, like a week or two after his release, everyone understood that he had major design flaws. And after playing with him, after suffering through his through him getting stunned, you know, and then not getting his 10 strike lightning lurk into the cycle, and him getting controlled and so on, I despise him now, not as a character but as a gameplay. I never want to use him again. I know he got better with Sunday, but my experience with his like early days completely turned me off from him. I have no desire to play with him ever again. Which is kind of sad. He has a cool idea behind this kit. It was executed really poorly. Uh, I think Huohuo messed up with his kit in a way. So sadly, he's just sitting here with nothing except maxed out traces. Yeah. So next, let's check who is next. Next it should be Seele, for whom I get to skip on Loja. And I like Seele because I really like short characters. I think that's cute. And she was hailed as this like unbelievable, insane support, like the strongest character possible in the game, because she couldn't like implant weakness. Maybe if you were in this community in its earliest days, you have seen that. Everyone was talking about how insanely powerful she is, and so of course I had to get her, you know. And I did enjoy her personality and her visuals. I was using her a lot at the start, but then slowly I just stopped. I was using her with Seele and Xuan for like a pseudo monoquantum, which was by that point it was quite popular. And with the release of Sparkle it was even more popular, but at that point she was like noticeably weaker than other supports, or starting to get noticeably weaker. So after she was revitalized with the release of Acheron, but with the release of Jiaojiu, she kind of she fell back. Let's go on that. But for me, I didn't have like any other team technicalities, so I just had to use her in Pela. Oh, I just realized I didn't show my Pela. Okay, I guess I'll do it after Seele. But luckily, with the release of Cipher and with her buff, she's really nice to play again. I really like her. She's great with Archer. She's a nice debugger for Acheron, so I'm really happy. I didn't get her signature light gun, so I'm using Burst of Sweat. Previously I was using here the event light gun, but right now it's on Kafka. Max traces, wind set, because it's better for the Acheron team. Some of her pieces are actually kind of crazy. I tried to hit 161 speed, 50 crit rate, 100 crit damage, and 67 effective rate, but I couldn't do it. I have this insane piece, and I think I had some like better pieces. Like I could use this to hit the speed goal and so on. Like in a way, it's better. Like I could even use this. It's pretty nice. But Kafka needs this, and I want to keep her crit ratio, even if it's probably worse than giving her like more speed and more effective rate. I want in the future to reroll some of her artifacts. In general, like her pieces are kind of insane. Like this is great. This is pretty mediocre. It would be nice to get like a crit rate, crit damage, speed, effective rate chest, but I think I will just have to do with this. Maybe I will reroll this in the future. I'm not sure. The boots are quite good, and then the orb and the robe are okay. Like the speed is nice here, and this robe is pretty fun, pretty great. The robe is, I mean, the speed is nice, but it doesn't have anything else useful, which is kind of sad. Okay, and this build is rated as A+, which is a bit sad. I usually try to go for S builds or like higher. you know, it is what it is. Okay, let's quickly check Pele because I completely forgot about her. Oh, she doesn't really have any like relics. I mean, she doesn't have light cone. I don't really use her anymore, but 156 speed, 1 buck, double speed relics. Basically, like that's it. If I need to use her on some team, she's available. That's purely what we are going to use her for. Okay, oh, once again, no icons. So the next character is the one I have skipped. Loja, Deal, Blade, and Kafka 4. It was for Xuan. A lot of people skip her, I think. A lot of people pulled on Kafka, but I really like Xuan. I like pink things, I like small things, and she fits these descriptions. She's also a sustain, which by that point in the game was like exceptionally rare, and she was great at that point. So if I'm not wrong, I got her I think like 10 pulls. No, I'm checking out wrong. I got her in 80 pulls. And then after that I decided to go for her Lightcon. I was streaming to my friend my pulls, and he kind of nagged me, okay, go, pull her Lightcon, I want to watch more pulls, you know, gambling addiction and stuff. And so I went for it. And to be honest, no regrets. Like, this has been an amazing addition to my account. Until like the release of Aventurine and like Huohuo. Since Aventurine came out, I haven't been using her as much. I basically stopped using her. But with this Lightcon, she carried me through the early simulated universe expansions and through the worlds, and she was just a great sustain. And it's sad that she's not as good right now, but I still like her as a character, so I haven't put her on the bench. Like maybe someday I will use her again, you know. So she's 8,500 HP, 2,000 defense, which I think are kind of like goals. 136 speed. I don't use an energy rope on her because I think her Iron is enough. Your Lightcon is enough for that. Max traces, and I'm using the new set. I'm not sure if it works. I think it should. If it doesn't really matter. There isn't like any other good options. If it does, great. It's like a great buff for my team. Let's quickly check the pieces. Nothing too special here. It's mostly just like mediocre stuff. And this is like somewhat cool, but like not, I think, great. The orbs in the rope are insane. That I will admit. The orbs in the rope are kind of insane. They are why I can run defense boots. No, I don't. Sadly, she hasn't fallen to me from the 50-50 loss. Okay, next is Topaz. Yeah, here she is. Topaz was also another character I was saving for after Fushren, and I also like everything about her. I really like Hunt as above gameplay wise, not lore wise. Legends of Road, if you know. If you know, you know. But I really like her design. I think she's gorgeous. I really like short hair. I really like white hair. She's really cute. I like her character. I like Nambi, and I still don't remember the first time seeing this Lightcon on the leaks. It's just so cute. She is a great character. I no regrets about putting her on her Lightcon. She's amazing. Sadly, after the release of Cipher, you don't really use Topaz anymore. She was pushed out of her best team, which is really sad because she is essentially like a follow-up support, and now you don't use her follow-up. Um, but maybe she will get buffed later on in the future. I could get her first two lightcons from the shop. Not lightcons, eidolons from the skull shop. But I don't think there's like any point to that. I don't think she will be better than Cipher. So, I just keep her. Let's quickly check out the relics. Your relics are pretty well. It was one of the first characters where like I actually tried to get a great build going. I was farming this domain for a long time, so like you can see like some of these relics are kind of insane. Pretty nice orb, like good rolls, good mediocre rope. I had an amazing South pieces. Like I think that was this was like her South rope. Yeah, this was probably her previous South rope, and this was her South orb, which is great. So this orb and this rope are kind of worse than them quality-wise. But the last time I like calculated, I think that with the passive, like with a bonus ability, they come they're like a couple of percents better. So I'm using them. Right. So after Topaz was the release of Huohuo and Argenti. Let's try to find them again. Okay, yeah. Here is Huohuo. Huohuo is again a type of character I really like. She's once again small. She's like a scaredy cat, which I think is cute. Her interaction with Dale is really, really cute. And I still remember seeing her lightcon on the leak sub. Because I think when the game released, a lot of the version 1 characters got leaked like really early on. Like we saw Argenti and Huohuo before Lodge came out, I think. It was kind of insane. And I really liked her character from her leaked lightcon by that point. She was really cute. And she was a second sustain, which I needed by that point. So I got her. She's using the post-op conversation because it helps her with her ult. In some teams, instances, it's better to run with proc, but it's just easier to use this for now. Max choices as usual. The new healer relic set, because I mostly run her on Aglaea team, or I used to run her on Saber's team. Right now she was pushed out by tanking Trianne, sadly. Power keep doesn't. Oh my god, I forgot the word. Wow. Let's just say power keep doesn't. I can't formulate sentences right now. I forgot the words completely. Okay, you know what? Parakeep has avoided her. Let's just say it in that way. The healer banner ornament set, essentially like Hyacine artifacts, relics. Nothing too insane. Like everything is pretty normal here. Like, nothing too great. Not sure how I got her to 161, but I did. Next up is Argenti, who I haven't used in a long time. When he was first leaked, his lightcon, I thought he was so gorgeous. Like, let's even go to the data bank, check out the lightcon. Like, this is the most gorgeous man ever. This is so insanely beautiful. When I first saw that, it was so great. Sadly, I couldn't get his lightcon. I had to go just for him. And when he first came out, a lot of people were talking about, don't pull Argenti, he's kind of useless. He is better than MOC, he isn't like... there's no point in pulling for him, you know? next up is Ruan Mei, like the new planet, so what are you doing? But he was really beautiful, and Purification was releasing that next patch, so I decided to pull for him. And I can't say I regretted it. He pulled me through Purification for a long time. I think I was using him until Herta released, then I stopped. I think, I'm not sure. And I was using him on some Memory of Chaos stages as well. He wasn't as strong there, but he did clear some of them for like full stars. Right now I had to change his build. I thought about making him a Herta like battery, but it never came to be. So he is just sitting in this like limbo. Maybe I will eventually build him to be a Herta battery for some scenario, but for now Jade does his job, essentially. Next up is Ruan Mei. Let's wait. Oh, yeah, she should be near here. Here she is. So, the first limited harmony of the game. She was an exciting addition. Everyone was screaming how incredibly strong she is. Like, you need to pull for her now. You can't avoid her at all. So, that's what I did. And she was incredibly strong. No regrets about putting her. She buffed my teams for a long time. She then switched to Super Break, and she's being replaced basically like only now with Dahlia. So I think it's like almost, well, it's probably 2 years, right? When did I get her? 27th December. Yeah, so practically almost 2 years. I think like the most long-living character in the game. Amazing. Right now she's on the Battle Pass, Lightcon, Break Lightcon, Max Traces, Battle Pass Relics, and $1, so she can quickly get her ult up. She's has a slow build, so her ult doesn't run out as quickly. So yeah, there's that. So let us move to the next character, who is Veritas Ratio. So right now he remains unbuilt, but you might think I wasn't planning to get him before his release. But actually I was planning to pull for him, and his freaky away was just a really lucky instance. I first want to say though that his design I think is great. He is a beautifully done character. I think it was like the first time they tried to modify a model to like give it more muscle, which I think was a great step, and definitely something that helped develop Mighty in the later years. So, model wise, he is beautiful. His gameplay I really enjoyed. I always loved follow attacks, and as someone who was a fan of Topaz and wanted to use her more, Ratio was just exactly what I needed. So, for a long time, I was running him, Topaz, Huohuo, and Ruan Mei, or like maybe Jing Yuan. Later on, of course, Aventurine replaced Huohuo, and then Jing Yuan was replaced with Robin. So I was running the classical follow-up team for a very long time, and it was a joy, truly. I can't say much for Ratio right now. He was replaced by Feixiao in the follow-up team, and I don't really use him on the maturing stages because I have Rappa currently. But he's a great character. simply amazing, so to speak. Okay, in the second version, as Feixiao and Ruan Mei, Xueyi was released, who by that point was somewhat strong. And with the years, despite the power creep, she has been getting some great teammates. So, right now, and before talking about her build, I adore Xueyi. She probably has one of my most liked designs, so I think she's easily a top 5. She might even fight for the number 1 spot. I like everything about her. I like the Oni mask, I like her clothing, I like her arms, I love her hair, like, oh, it's gorgeous, it's simply gorgeous. I like her eyes, I like her character, I like her boots, like, everything about her is just perfect in my opinion. Sadly, she doesn't contend on like DPS level with other characters, but I try to use her whenever possible. You can use her in endgame, but she does require some good investment into her supports. So right now I think your best team is Stelle, Fugue, and then maybe Sustain, but probably HMC is better, I think. So for her build, I currently have her on the Quantum set, but if you do run her in a Super Break build, I think just foregoing the Quantum set and just choosing the Iron Cavalry is going to be better. I don't really think that you should try building crit on her, though I'm not sure. I think like part of the fun of building Xueyi is that she likes so many stats, so you can do like a lot of things with her, but at the same time it makes it really hard to build her correctly. But going like purely break is probably better. So as you can judge by my Quantum set, I was trying to make her somewhat hybrid. Doesn't seem that way, but because there's like not a lot of break effect, but your Quantum build is pretty bad. I have some Iron Cavalry pieces that I was using on her. I'm not sure if they're still free or if I... Okay, that's an insane piece. Okay. Yeah. I'm still unsure about your build. I want to work on her more because I love her. And I would like to use her in endgame more. So, I kind of need to pay more attention to her build. And so, after version 1.6 was of course the introduction of Penacony. As I already mentioned, I skipped Black Spawn, but I still did pull for Sparkle. And as you might notice as well, she's really small, which I find cute. Great character. She hasn't expressed herself, or like she wasn't written too good, like too well into the Penacony story. A lot of her characterization came from the trailers, so that's a pity. I think she's a really interesting character, but I really like her design-wise. But I can't lie that I didn't pull her mostly for her meta value, because she was essentially a second limited support after Ruan Mei, and everyone was expecting her to be great. Which for a time she was. For a time she was good. I think even for Acheron, because the abilities were so bad at that point, it was better to run Acheron and Sparkle with one agility than try trying to run to nihilities. So yeah, I pulled her probably mostly because of meta. Her build has been evolving through the times. She's running the Bronze icon. I don't have anything better. You could run Dance and Dance, I think, but this kind of helps with your ult. Max Traces, of course, and then for relics we have Sacerdos and One Whack. Some good pieces here, others are kind of like mid. It would be great to get her to 180 so that she can get returns in the first cycle, in the 0 cycle. But that's really hard, so I might just stop here. Next up is a fan favorite, is Acheron, who is just an amazing character. I must say that your design does leave a lot of bit desired. It does look a bit weird, but she's great design-wise. I mean, like gameplay design-wise, she's a great character in my opinion. I really like her. She's kind of like serious and at the same time a bit silly, which is really funny. She's of course the emanator of agility, which I find exceptionally cool, and she has like this second flight form, which she just showed. So yeah, when I was pulling her, there was no hesitation. I needed to pull her, and of course for her light gun, not only because it's a gorgeous light gun, but because it was so great meta-wise. So yeah, Max Traces. Some of these relics are kind of crazy. Others are okay. Like this one is good. This one is great. This one is insane. Because to get this piece, I farmed this set for 2 weeks. Like this was a piece that I got after 2 weeks of farming, which is like simply crazy. I haven't gotten anything as good ever since. These boots are kinda bad, but you can reroll them though, so it's okay. And the orb. Weirdly enough, despite farming this orb a lot, I never got anything better. I did get some lightning pieces, I think. I mean, I did get some pieces with like crit damage, I think, and stuff. Like this one is a bit better, but for my crit value, I didn't use this to reach almost 100%. And the rope. Previously she was using the Herta's rope, but I have Jade in places. So, pretty cool build. I have here finally first Island. I did not get this one in the same temple. I got this on her rerun. I think her rerun was when Rappa was running. So I pulled Rappa, and I thought to myself, I kinda want Acheron too. And I just went, I will just throw in a temple and see what happens. And I got her E1. I did not pull for E2. I do not know why. I think it's decided so to not tempt faith and just try to farm. Just try to save my pulls for next characters. But this has helped me with her build. So, counting her E1, I think she has like a 99 crit rate, 99% crit rate in battle. After Acheron was Aventurine, who I cannot find for some reason. Wait, what? Where is he? Oh, yeah, here it is, in the team. Aventurine, lovely character. I think his design is great. I really like his like coat with the 4. I really like his character motif. Beautiful Sigonian eyes. Don't really like his poop cut. I just think it would be better if he had a bigger chest. like this looks a bit weird to me at least. I know a lot of people love it, but you know, although nice design, enjoy him. I pull him for the story and for his meta value. He was a great sustain. Still is quite okay, or quite good. But he was amazing back then, like completely unkillable. Dealt relatively tons of damage, and with Feixiao it just works great. I did not get his Lycon because I usually don't get them. I try to get my Lycons only for characters who I really like, or if I'm just like going crazy and deciding to waste my pulls, maybe for something like that. So, Monks Out Traces, the new Shielder set. The pieces here aren't too good. Some of them, like this, is pretty nice. This is okay. The boots are pretty bad. And the orb and the robe are kinda mid. I mean, the orb is kind of nice. I know that it's not really popular right now to build him as a DPS sustain. A lot of people just go like 134 speed and 5000 defense or even higher. But I still think his damage is valuable. He sometimes he doesn't sustain, but it's very rarely. Yeah, I kind of prefer this build. So, after, oh, by the way, no Hysilens. After Aventurine, what was Robin, who I still remember. First of all, beautiful design, lovely dress, lovely wings, lovely hair. Really like her, good personality. I never got annoyed with her music. I know some people hate it, but I know. I find it endearing when it plays in the background. I still remember her beta versions, where I think like in her first and second versions she was an amazing sub DPS, or she had like an insane E1. I don't really remember what it did, but I think it like improved your damage a lot, and there were tons of runs where she was like a solid DPS and she was like dealing insane amounts of damage with your like additional procs. It was really fun. Then they removed it and made her like into what she is right now, and she's great. I mean, a lot of people at the start were doubting how good Robin is because Ruan Mei was still like known as an insane support back then. But people pretty quickly realized how powerful Robin is. So let's go through her build. She has 4000 attack, sadly 190 speed. I need just one more to activate one bug, and then I could switch to from this set. She's using the event light gun. I want to get her signature light gun, but it never worked out. And this one just works amazingly, you know, gives her attack and everything. It's great. Maxed traces for Alex, it's 2-piece attack. There's like really nothing else to use on her. And then broken kill, just so she gives some crit damage, and she has a physical damage orb. Using a dark orb actually doesn't, I mean, after achieving 4000 attack, it doesn't really give much. I think a dark orb gives her, let's check how much attack does she get here. Like 470, like let's call it 480. So she gives only an additional 120 attack, which is like nothing, but with a physical orb she can deal more damage, which I find to be better. Yep. No, I don't. Despite wanting to pull for Hysilens and despite them making life easier, I try not to go for them. I much prefer going for light guns because because I feel like it's more personalization. And I enjoy something visual, but at the same time, I do donate into this game, but only for monthly passes, mostly for only monthly passes and battle passes. So I can, with me getting lucky, I can get many characters, but I can't afford getting their light counts and add-ons if I want to continue getting characters. So next after Robin, we got Firefly with her kind of an ugly skin. Let's actually switch it to something nice. So Firefly is, I can't say that she is controversial in the wider community. I think like on Twitter and on Reddit maybe she's a bit more controversial. Like I think some people, you either love her or you hate her. I think mostly. I did not enjoy her in this story. I really didn't like how they tried to make her like the girlfriend. I mean, I'll be honest, as a straight guy, I don't mind those types of like characters, but I just thought that the execution was really poor. I mean, she has a beautiful design. I think like nice hair, really pretty dress. Like the lantern here, it's nice, and the robot is really cool. But I really think they should have made Sam a separate character. I just, of course, you know, a lot of people were disappointed when it was revealed that Sam wasn't like a man for just a robot, that was a cute girl. And I can understand that. I think that was kind of a mistake. I know a lot of people loved the fact that Firefly was the robot, you know. But still, her story was kind of weird. She has some great background with the Glamoth stuff, and this recent patch has made her a bit more sympathizable, I guess. It's not like she is completely like boring character who is reduced to just like a potential girlfriend or something, you know. But it wasn't like great, I guess. Let's just go with that. So for a time, I did not want to pull her. I think I waited like until the last like 3 days of her banner when I said, okay, you know what? Let me just go for her. I will see how it goes. If I lose 50-50, I will go for Jade. If I don't, fine. And I got her. I didn't lose 50-50, so here she is. She's using the Waterfall of the Eon, which is, I guess, essentially the only alternative for her except this one. This one actually might be better, but oh well. Max traces the cavalry by ornaments like the ones made for her. Nothing crazy. I mean, this one is pretty nice. What else is here? Oh, just wait. Give me a second. I thought I get it. Oh, maybe it's not here. Okay, well. And occasionally like arm pieces. I have some better ones, but she does need a lot of speed currently. With Talia, there are some like new break points. So like your build isn't anything like exceptional. Yeah, she does okay. With Talia, she like deals okay-ish amounts of damage, nothing insane. But she was a strong character back then, especially with the shield that was around her. I really hope they give her like a better characterization in the future. But I have my doubts. But we'll see. I want to say that your like skin, I bought it because I get like the premium currency from the monthly passes. I still have a lot because I always save it for skins, potential skins. But this is so ugly. It's kind of insane that they released this for Firefly because as far as I know. It's just such a low quality skin. I don't understand why. Like, I know people like schoolgirls, you know, and like this design, especially like Asian people, or okay, maybe I shouldn't generalize it. Like, okay, like the schoolgirl design is pretty popular like in the anime communities, like in the Japan and stuff. So like, I guess I understand, but could you make it less boring? This is just, I don't know. There's nothing in this. It's empty. Like, look how much better this looks. It's insane. It's such a nice skin. The only thing better here is her same form because it's more bright, but otherwise, the skin is just trash. Sorry. Next up was Jade, and Jade I really like. I like big cats. I think she's done tastefully. She is obviously kind of made to mirror a kind of let's call it like a sadist dominatrix type, you know. But I think she's done tastefully. Maybe not too tastefully, but pretty nice. Cool snake-like eyes. The motif with the seed and with your being, the Eve, is really cool. I like it. I was disappointed with your kit, even in the beta, because she essentially became just a pure fiction bot. That's a bit sad, but I run her with my Herta, so I have like a kind of big cat ladies team, you know. So that's something. She's using the quantum relics for Castorice. She doesn't really care about speed, so you can afford to run it on her, and it gives her tons of free crit value. Her pieces are kind of bad, like nothing good here. But she doesn't really have any crit traces, so it is a bit hard to balance her crit stats without like limited erudition light cons. It's really like a pain in the ass. Sorry. So I got her like this metal plus right con, which does a nice job. It's pretty nice for her. Like it's actually great. It basically buffs everything she needs. So nice. So after Jade, there was so there was Yun Li and Zhao Zhao, I think. I just forget it. But with them was released March 7th, The Hunt, your path differing from Preservation. And Preservation, even at the start of the game, was pretty bad. But The Hunt was actually like nice. I haven't really used her a lot. I run her sometimes with my Feixiao to just spice things up a bit, you know. But I really like March as a character, so I tried to build her pretty well. She's using the Cruising the Stellar Seas Herta Lightcon, which I could replace for Topaz Lightcon because I can't like even buy a new one in the shop. Which I might do later on, but there's no real need. Or like you can buy this one as well. I think it's good as well. Max traces, of course. How else? The set buffs, basic attacks, and original arena. Basically everything to improve your damage. I have seen that she is amazing as a break DPS. Like with some icons on like Talia and Fugue, she deals insane amounts of damage. But I'm too lazy to change her build to break focused one. So yeah, full Highlands, and I have Marcher's skin, but it's only useful on Preservation, so essentially it's not usable. Sadly. Sadly. Okay. And after March we have one of my favorite characters, Feixiao. Just a gorgeous design. I guess she's opposite to everything, to most things I like. Like I said, like short characters, cute ones. But I like this type of characters as well. Great character as personality and story wise. Great character design. She's like amazing in gameplay. I really like her visuals. The fox hairs, the giant ponytail, beautiful clothing, just gorgeous, gorgeous coat. Collapse. This kind of, I'm not sure what to call it. It's not a dress, it's like hanging thing. Shorts, boots, the gun axe, which turns into a gun sword. It's just amazing. It's amazing character design. I love her a lot. I think like she and Xueyi, I probably like fighting for the #1 spot. But I think Feixiao takes it, to be honest. Lightgun, of course, because I like her. I have her personal signature Lightgun with a beautiful illustration. Very nice. Max out traces and the signature set. I know that the wind set, like the eagle set, is actually better for her, as far as I know, because it allows for like more turns in the zero cycle and like worlds and so on. So I am planning to switch her, but my build from this set is just too good to switch instantly. This one is okay, but I basically need this to balance out Chris stats. I have some insane pieces from this set, which is kind of funny because most of my break relics from the same cavern are really mid. This set is insane. Like, look at these arms. Like, what is this? This is crazy, you know. So yeah, your build is insane. I think free builds measures it as a peerless plus, so you know, pretty good. The only bad piece is essentially like this chest, and that's it. And I have like some pretty good, potentially good pieces here if I want to change it. Which for now I don't really need. Insane boots, actually insane boots. A nice orb and an insane rope. So one of my most well-built characters. Sadly, no, I don't. I know they're powerful, especially E2 because it gives you like more ults. But I don't think I will go for them ever. Sadly. I would like to go for some Eidolons. If I ever have like so many leftover balls, I might. But I don't see that being the case unless like they release some plan where I hate every character, which I really doubt will happen. So after Feixiao, I skipped the first banner of Lingsha, and actually, I think if I'm correct, wait, let me check. I got her on the 10th of September last year, and then after that I got Kafka, I think, yeah, on the same day, because Kafka was rerunning on the same banner as Feixiao. And so I thought, oh, I don't know when they will run Kafka again. I want to get her for the future if they release a .tps they like. And so for a long time she was just sitting on my account without a use for her. She was just like, hey, I'm there. And in 3.0 or 3.1, I don't really remember, they announced that she would get a buff. And then they released Hysilens, so right now she's actually usable on my account and she works great. I'm using before the tutorial mission starts, Lightgun on her because it helps with ult rotation. full trace, of course, and with set because it advances her actions, and it's seriously the more actions she takes, the more damage her team may deal. So it's I don't think there's any other choice. You can run the dot set, but it just the difference is quite crazy. Some good pieces here, like this one is good, this one is okay, this one is great, pretty good as well. She only basically cares about speed and effective rate, pretty bad orb, and like somewhat good rope. Her speed break point goal is 167 because it allows for 3 actions in the first cycle. If you ult 2 times, that's really hard to achieve. So for now, she has to deal with 161. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else to actually mention. Oh, I just realized that I forgot to mention Gallagher when I was talking about Acheron. Yeah, so Gallagher, who was a great sustain for a long time, a great break sustain for a long time, because I skipped Lingsha, as I said. I used him for a long while. So he is on Whitbrook, max out traces, and these relics. Sadly, I couldn't get a good drop for him with the speed, so I'm just like, it's just sitting on him. Preferably I will change to something else later. But Gallagher is like probably one of the best forcers in the game. Was used on like practically every team. With every new DPS, he's great. Good character was fun and Penagoni. Why I really like that they finally gave a man some. Well, it's not a beard, but you know, what is it called in English? Stubble or something like that. Stubble. I don't know. I think it's sort of something starting with S, but I think he's really tastefully done. Nice guy. Yep. Nothing really special to say anymore. Don't really use him as much. Mostly in the Archer team. But even their TH Remembrance kind of pushes him out. So next we go to Rappa, I think, if I'm not wrong. And I need to start speaking a bit slower because I'm out of breath, which is really weird. Let me take a couple of deep breaths. Okay, yeah. Rappa is next, and here she is. I didn't really think I would enjoy this design, but I do. I do like her design, which I think is weird because a lot of people dislike it. I like that she's kind of like Seele, you know, with the ninja brain rod. It didn't disappoint me, like the whole story with the bananas and stuff. I know a lot of people hated it. For me, it was like, it's funny, really good smile there. But overall, I like your gameplay. I like your design. I like your backstory. Yeah. And this patch, I was planning to pull her Lightcon, but they did not rerun her, which is just sadness. I might even go for her first Eidolon, just because of how much it improves her quality of life, and I don't think she will be like playable without this in the future. But yeah, using the Germany Wall Lightcon, which is like essentially the only alternative. Maxed out traces, the cavalry pieces, some insane pieces here. Like this one is great, this one is mid, this one is good, but she needs more speed with your signature Lightcon. Speed boots are atrocious. All of my speed boots are really bad. So kind of have to deal with this. And she needs this. I can't change to anything else because she needs this 80 attack to get to her attack breakpoint, which is really funny. nice orb, but like somewhat okay shrub. But again, I can't change this to something like this, to something better, because she needs this attack for her breakpoint. Sadly, as I showed, no islands. Next, I think was Sunday. Yes, Sunday. Wow, the recording is already almost 2 hours. Okay, well, it's going to be long. No problem. So here he is. Can't say I was attached to him from the story. I was a bit introvert, I guess. He's a good character, don't get me wrong, and I love him as a villain. His inclusion to the train was a bit abrupt, I feel like, but overall he was pretty fun. Can't really say anything design-wise. It's fun. I'm probably missing some symbolism here with like the double sides, like with the 2 sides. Point icon, marks out traces, and then Sacritos, a set with a Loshaka. Nothing too good. Like this piece is really bad. This piece is kind of okay, kind of bad, but in my case, it's really hard to balance this bit with my other pieces, so he has to use these pieces, or otherwise he overtakes Aglaea in your team. Well, I changed my Aglaea speed, so now she overtakes him anyway, but if I used other relics, he would overtake her when she has your slow build. So after Sunday was where is she? Fugue or Tingyun. Beautiful design, gorgeous dress. I'm really sad they couldn't include all of your like tails in your old form. When she has all of your tails, I think she looks amazing. So that's a bit disappointing. Story-wise, I think she was done pretty badly. Like, I feel like she came out of nowhere, essentially. So that's a bit sad, but at least your design is gorgeous. And I really like the Foxians with their tails and stuff. For Lightcon, it's Pearls of Sweat, basically the only other alternative for her. Marks out traces, and as usual, break effect relics. With a break rope, there's no point in running here with effects. I mean, energy regeneration, because she doesn't really use your ult so much. Doesn't need you to use your ult without your E2, which I don't have. But overall, her build is pretty nice. No islands, as you can see. And after Fugue, we move on to 3.0, which the introductory characters were Aglaea and Herta, who here, funny enough, stand side by side. So, Madame Herta, the peerless gem, the immutable beauty. I really like her as a character. Great personality, really fun to watch. Like the fact that she loves herself so much is really funny. But it doesn't become narcissistic, she still cares about others, so I think it's really good, cute. I couldn't go getting her light gun. I really wanted to, but I don't have the pulse, so I'm just using this one. This one might be better, but she doesn't always fight against 5 opponents, so kind of deal with it. Marks out traces. She's using these relics. Pretty good ones. I the second best build on my account. I think it's, let me check what's rated. It's rated triple S without a plus, unlike Feixiao. Yeah, but the relics are pretty good. Like the chest is good, like could be better, but you know, everything is pretty great. No, I don't. Then Aglaea, I wasn't sure about pulling for her, but I hit your entire team when she released. And I think she's beautiful. Gorgeous dress, great hair and face. I think she's a great design and really fun to play. Sadly, no signature, which I'm planning to get. I think this budget will pull for it. But for now, she's using this Battle Pass Lightcon. Max out traces and some pretty good relics, but I will have to move things around because without the Battle Pass Lightcon, she doesn't have enough crit rate. But pretty great. Just I have like a couple of amazing chests here, like this one with crit damage. Kind of insane. Nice boots. I have nice speed and attack boots, I think. Yeah, nice attack boots as well. Nice orb and a somewhat mediocre rope, sadly. And no islands again. After that, we had Tribbie and Mighty. I did not pull for Mighty, sadly, but I did pull for Tribbie because she was promised to be as a support for Castorice, and she's good. So she's nothing really more to say, I guess. Really cool. I think I really like that she's part of a triplets. Sadly, it's weird that they didn't call her like Tribbie, Trinnon, and Trianne. Just Tribbie. Just like, I guess you play Soul as Tribbie mostly, so it's kind of weird. But she was great in the story. Nice voice acting. Really cute. She's using a dance because she's spamming her ults so often. Max out traces and then the Castorice set. So she's like built as a sub DPS. Some good pieces here, amazing pieces. I think she has 100 crit rating, but like a great orb. It's actually better than my Castorice. Because I can't give this to my Castorice, otherwise my Tribbie won't get 100 crit rate in battle, sadly. Great rope as well. No islands as well. And it's, yeah, she gets even more than 100 crit rate in battle, so a pretty nice build. I think this is like an yeah, triple S plus. Oh, okay. And I forgot to mention that I actually, together with Herta and Aglaea, I actually pulled for Lingsha. It was on your rerun banner. So here she is. I've used her a lot. Can't say she's amazing. Like, she heals okay. She's like she doesn't like buff too much, but with addition of Talia, she's great for Rappa as well. Like she was great for Firefly, because Firefly unloaded fire weakness, but with Talia, Lingsha actually like contributes to the break bar more than she used to, so that's valuable. She's using a quid pro co, so she can fuel some of Rappa's, Talia's, and Fugue's ultimates. Max out races. And yeah, the break set. Nothing insane here except the chest. Chest is pretty great. Nice boots because she scales somewhat with attack. Nice orb and insane rope. So for now your build is finished. I don't plan on changing anything with her. So after Tribbie, we go to Castorice, the anniversary character. I'll be honest, which is fine. Design-wise, she's nice, she's cute. Uh, I think it would be better if she had like some more color variety, but it's alright, you know. In battle it looks better than here, I guess. Memo sprite design is kind of insane. Her animations on release were just crazy. In the story, she was kind of another girlfriend bait. But unlike Firefly, I think her personality was expressed much more, like much better. And she does feel like a complete character, you know. And I really liked they didn't try to show her into the story. Like, despite them focusing so much on her team and stuff, she didn't overshadow other characters. Like, she was there essentially for one punch, and then she was sometimes taking a small focus on other cutscenes, you know. But she wasn't like, oh wow, deal with her. She's like, the MC is forced to like her, like interact with her on every turn. So I kind of enjoyed that. Which I can't say about a certain future character, but she's using this icon, which is kind of like a sub-signature for her, let's call it that. Has a cute art of her Pixie here above crit damage, which is more important for her than crit rate. Max out traces. She was previously using this light gun, but this one was added, I think, at 2.4, I think. I'm not sure, it was added pretty recently. It maybe was added with Cyrene or with Evernight and the gang, I'm not sure. But anyway, max out traces and global passive, of course. Can't forget about that. Like the classic set. Nothing insane. The pieces are actually worse than for Tribbie. Except like the boots. The boots are pretty nice. And she barely, no I don't, and she barely like feels the, not feels, barely doesn't reach the 95 speed for the full boost to not take effect, so we got lucky there. Then, after Castorice was Hyacine, who is really cute, lovely character, really positive, and she was nice in the story. I really liked her. She didn't feel like, you know, sometimes in the stories there are like characters who are super positive and they just become like annoying, you know. You're like, why are you positive all the time? So many horrible things are happening, but she doesn't feel like someone who ignores reality. She feels like someone who powers through it, you know. She actually like fights to stay positive, and I think that's really endearing. So I think she is great as a character. She has beautiful design, really cute pink colors, really nice. It was never confirmed, but I think she's like a Barbara XP, Barbara from Genshin. She looks kind of really similar with the hair drills and the healer motif. Little League is really cute as well. The fat fuck, so to speak. She's using this Remembrance healing light gun, which is somewhat weird. I could get her light gun, signature light gun, but I didn't want to. I want to save for the next character, for the future. So I decided to just stick with it, and so far I've been fine. Without your signature light gun, it's much harder to run the, for example, Evernight main carry. Like, it's night and day, but it's mostly been fun for me, enough for me. Sadly not as 5, but I don't have like any more copies, so what can I do? She used run this light gun, but we had to give it to Cyrene. Even without the speed light gun, she still reaches 196, which is kind of crazy. And so, thanks to this relic set, she reaches 200 speed, 200 plus speed in battle, which is what's needed. So, some good pieces here. Yeah, nothing crazy, I guess. Like, I mean, 3 good pieces, I would say, but other than that, nothing insane. Then, after the release of Hyacine was Cipher, who was I really like her. Nice in the story, great English voice acting, insane voice actors. Honestly, really like her tone of voice, like this, a bit deeper than usual, I would say, maybe a bit coarser. Not sure if that's like correct description. Nice personality. She has her signature light gun because usually I get signature light gun because I like the character so much, and I do like Cipher, but I think in this case it was mostly for the meta value. She kind of needed this to be in the Acheron's team, otherwise she's a bit subpar. So yeah, she has this. Don't regret it at all, actually. She's great in the Feixiao team. She's great with Acheron, so she kind of revitalizes all teams, which I appreciate. And she's really fun to play with. In the end, I can put her in any team essentially, and she will like buff and support them, so that's nice. She's on a sub DPS build, so it's a pioneer with some crit rate, crit stats, and speed stats. This build is kind of crazy because I managed to balance all of your needs. So like she has good crit stats, she has good damage stats, crit damage stats, she has good speed stats, and she has enough hit rate, which is kind of insane. I firmly remember how I was struggling with her build, and I really needed a lot of crit rate and some effective rate, and I decided to bite the bullet and craft this warp, only like a quantum warp with crit rate, and I got this piece. It was kind of insane luck, but thanks to that, she has like all of your stats are basically maxed out in battle. I think she has like 99 crit rate, I think. And then third effect hit rate, which is I think just as much as she needs. I think, I'm not sure. Next, after that, what was a final patch, and of course the Fate Club patch. So, as a collectioner, or like someone who likes to try to have a full collection at least, you know, I couldn't skip characters who might truly be limited, because every other character I might eventually get, you know, even if I don't like them, like Xuan, I might eventually get her just for the collection. But we can't know how long Saber was and Archeron were going to stay in the game, so I of course went for them both. Archeron was free, luckily. Saber wasn't, so I get to open for her. Yeah, and of course for her light gun. So she's run with Sunday. That's why she's 133, and she's exactly just a bit faster than he is. Let me even check by how much faster she is. She's faster than he by 100 of a... yeah, by 100 basically. Which is really funny. So, I think great design, like lovely reinterpretation of her. I haven't watched Fate, but from what I have seen, this is done exceptionally well. Good animations, cute and great animations, like the Excalibur part is amazing. idea story execution, let's go with that. That story was quite bad, which is really sad. I hope they would make the co-op story nice, but it is what it is. At least we got a great gameplay execution. Your signature icon, I couldn't skip it as well because it's like truly limited. At least it seems so. The illustration is quite nice. Maxed out traces and the relics. This is fine and set, but I think it works on here as well. So some great pieces. Gets you exactly to the right speed, to the right grid stats. Like I could reroll this, but no real need. Great orb, which I crafted, I think. It didn't even have to reroll. And a great rope. She's trying with an amusement because I ride her with Sunday and with Tanheng Pimatsujirae, who gives her his dragon, so the effect activates. So, really nice. Strong character. Interesting gameplay. Love her. Then came Archer, who's our first quantum hunt. I mean, quantum male character, sorry. I got his light gun as well from the 200 pool event, so it's somewhat free. But his build leaves a lot to be desired. For some reason, I can't get him to a 100 trait on my quantum set. I even used the latest, like the relic event in the Serene patch to get him these relics, but they're all really bad. The only good one is the chest, essentially. And everything else is like... I mean, this rope is kind of cool. And everything else is mediocre. So I will need to refarm for him. But right now I'm not farming Quantum Divine to mine something has to. And to be honest, even with these relics, he is great. He's like an insanely strong character. Amazing in single target situations. No, I don't. I know that his first island is insanely strong, and Saber. I think your islands like are okay. I heard that I think going past the first island doesn't really make sense, unless you're going for the sixth one. I thought about it, and depending on how long the banner stays, I might actually try going for both of their E6. Again, because they're simply limited, but it just requires so many pulls. I don't think it's possible for me, like even if the banner stays up for a year and I skip the entire 4-point expansion, I don't think I will have enough. And so I don't see a point in trying to go so far. Only to not get to E6, so then, you know, like, forget about it. Maybe I'll get both of the E1s so that they, like, stay longer in the meta. But otherwise, probably not. Sorry, I just said E1 because this video recording has been going on for 2 hours already. In the middle of it, I had to take a stop. I had like a therapy session and then I had to make dinner. It was so I'm kind of tired, but anyway, let's continue. It's not long until the end, relatively. So, next up is Evernight, or another incarnation of March. Of course, I like March, so I had to get Evernight with her. Oh wait, no, I'm wrong. It's not Evernight. What am I saying? It was Hysilens. Oh my god. Sorry, Evernight, we will come back to you. Yeah, Hysilens. So, at the start, I did not want to get her. I was kind of indifferent to her design. I didn't really see a point in getting her for myself. But she was really strong meta-wise, and I loved her story. I know a lot of people thought of the patch with her and Sarita as kind of filler patch. But it is, I have to admit that it is, but she was so great in the story. I loved her. And still, in the Astral Express, the music that plays in the Frozen Tides, which is like her theme song, the one she comes when she's like in her stages, such a beautiful song, and I love Hysilens, man. Amazing character in my opinion. But part of me getting her was her meta value, and for my desire to like actually make a top team. I do think that it's important to diversify your account in different elements and archetypes, because we have seen the Huohuo aren't above simply like boring certain archetypes, like just quick damage from clearing certain stages, So I think it's important to actually have different ways to deal damage. No signature, sample icon. I think it's like the best alternative. Maxed out traces and dot set. Nothing too crazy. I wasn't able to get her to like 120 effective trade with an attack chest, which I know is possible. I would love to do so, but I don't think I will be able to do. I used to run her on attack boots, but I feel like with Cyrene, it's better to use speed. At least in the Anomaly Arbitration, the speed build is the one that allowed me to clear the stage at 3 stars. So if you watched my Anomaly Arbitration clearing video, I was kind of stuck on the Eco or Spite section. I didn't know how to clear in 3 stars. Recently I was playing by myself and I managed to clear it like in a dot team in 2 cycles, thanks to this speed build. A nice rope, orb, mech, orb, rope, sorry, got too confused. And now I don't. Nothing much else to show, so return to Evernight. Of course, great design. You can actually watch my pulls for her. They are on my channel. I think I pulled her there, built her there, and then actually used her in one end game, though I don't remember which. Probably a normal reputation. Yeah, I think so. So March is great. Learning more about your past, or at least about your powers, was really interesting. The moment of the trio, like reunification, reuniting was great. It was I cried. I really loved it. I like the design. It's really cool. It's full of these like at least seemingly of veracity elements of mythos and enigmata elements, of remembrance elements. It's a gorgeous design. Really cool eyes. And because I like the character so much, I got the Lightcon. So I can't say I like Evernight. I like her, but this is mostly my dedication to March, so to speak. Not to Evernight as like a part of personality. Maxed out traces. Oh, I want to mention that the Member Spite is really cute, despite being simple. It's a really cute jellyfish. And the World Remake Delivery set and the Arcadia set. I know that the Bone set, the one Castorice uses, is actually better for her. But I have great pieces of Arcadia, so I used that. And as you can see, my World Remake Deliverers pieces are actually insane, except the chest. And these pieces are actually great as well. Kind of crazy. I have something like of a good chest, of good orb for the bond set, but I don't have any good ropes. So maybe I will like reroll this, and replace, but I don't see a reason to do so because this provides enough damage for me. No real point in doing so. And Idlands. No Idlands. And of course we get Talgang with his beautiful new form. I cried on his cinematic as well, where he's like searching for us in the Cersei's tree. What a beautiful, lovely cinematic, just amazing character development, great character, just lovely. I think he's probably one of my favorite male characters in the game. No, I think he's my favorite male character in the game. I think his development has been like, oh, where did he go? His development has been great. As a character, and really fun kid-wise. They kind of butchered his potential kid in the beta, but despite it being sad, he is still a great sustain. He is a bit hard to build without his signature, but I did manage to cobble something up. So he guessed as one of the Battle Pass light gun, maxed out traces, and the new sets. Nothing to call here, like the beats are kind of mediocre. Yeah, I could get him to 160. I had some pieces, but then his attack would suffer a lot, so he kind of sits in this limbo. No islands. Okay, and next character is Saruni. Saruni is a weird case. For a long time I didn't want to pull her. Since you're like reveal and your beta and everything, I pulled her on my second account, which I will show at the end of this video. But on this account I pulled her like maybe not towards the end of the patch, but like later on. I dislike what they did with her in the story. I think that the small Rean was good. I think that design was original, and they should have stuck with it. I know that like the lore explanation, I understand why she's in this form, but to me it feels like the form was conceived, and then they tried to explain the change. Like this didn't feel like a natural progression at all for me. I'm sad a bit about her personality. I can't say she's too bad. I mean, I cried at her story still. I think her story is deeper than most people most people think. But they did change a lot of things, or like not change. I think they could have done a better job. Essentially, was put on mistake. I think that your relationship with Xuan suffered a lot, and I wish that they have done it better. Because, like, at the end of the story, she almost didn't interact with Xuan at all. And it's not like, like I'm a shipper and this is important to me, like they interact and, I don't know, become a pair. Just, they are childhood friends. They have been together through a lot, and they've been doing this essentially for each other in a way. And just brushing past that relationship in the latest patch was a bit sad. I still like the Furious ending. I think that it's better than what could have been. I think this is better than just happy ending. I'm happy that they didn't completely write it completely happy ending. I think the fact that Cyrene beat some kind of prize, even if it will be not retconned, but like change the future design for the game. Because a lot of what the game suffers from is the desires of writers to kill and harm characters. And of the photos just show this, but you actually kill and harm characters, it does make the story better. It does elevate the stakes. Yeah, like we hate how Favor is to be hurt, but Feixiao is a great character because of what he has gone through, and part of what makes her really good as a character is that sacrifice she had to accept and do and make. So, anyway, she's a good character, but I think she could have been more, and I dislike that they changed her small redesign because she did become an Elysia XP. Of course, she was an Elysia already, but she was kind of like Acheron. She was something else. Also, she was her own person. But Sarini is essentially Elysia right now, with how I've seen her behave, and like her focus on love, which came out of nowhere. Like they did explain it somewhat, but it's just, it really was, like, in my opinion, a cop out, you know. But other than that, the design is cool. The rainbow crystals, the eyes, the imp. It's called, in Russian it's called an imp. I'm not sure, but a halo, yeah, halo, it's like halo, but you know, like this one is a halo. The bow is well, she doesn't use her normal weapon because why would she, right? We need to make her an Elysia, but the bow is nice, it's beautiful. The trace is cute. I like the cosmic light texture, so not too bad. No signature. I won't be getting a signature, I think, ever. Like, maybe if I have tons of leftover balls. But my priority would always be, I think, Hyacine's Lightcon. And then, like, maybe 5 years down the line, her Lightcon, you know. Sadly, I couldn't get Cyrene to 100 speed, so she's using a 1-watt build with a 180 speed. Sorry, I inhaled really loudly because I was hiccuping, is the correct term. I had a hiccup. Oh, okay. So, a sub DPS build, so she has some crit stats and some speed stats. Nothing insane. I mean, good pieces, to be honest. Oops. Good pieces, to be honest, but nothing crazy. I couldn't get her to 50 crit rate, which is kind of bad, but I don't care too much. She does her job. It's not for me, and I don't have such an attachment to the character to actually farm better for her. If I get better pieces from the instruments, despite me doubting I will ever farm them again, though I might farm Sacerdos. If they ever release a new domain with a 6-speed, 2-piece, 6-speed bonus, and I get better pieces, I will probably give them to her. But otherwise, I probably won't refarm anything. No, I don't. And she actually works pretty great. There was a lot of posting about her E2, how she's unusable without it, but she is great. I can't imagine playing Aglaea without Cyrene. She made the Hysilens team insane, so yeah. I do not have her bow. It's sad for me because I like collecting things, and I hate when I can't get something. If it was just here with a price tag of $200 and I didn't buy it, it would be one thing, because in the back of my head I would always have had a thought of, okay, I can always do that. But now I can't, and I do not want to spend $200 on a top-up event to get a bow, which changes animations to be kind of ugly, and I hate the self-insert into her ult. So the bow is cool. I would like to have this, but not on this price guys. Like, I really hope next year they like release it as a Bible cosmetic, you know, like give it a year and allow us to buy it. I don't know, like for 2,000 of those like stellar shades, you know, like the premium currency. I will buy it then, but otherwise, this is just like this is scammy, in my opinion. Yeah, and we are coming to our last character, which is Stelle. And you can, oh yeah, you can watch my pulls for Sarini and Talia on my channel if you're interested. Yeah. So Natalia, who I pulled because she's a lady with a big head and she's great for Rappa. Not so much for Firefly. I mean, she's great for Firefly, but I didn't really pull for Firefly, but for my Rapper. Personality-wise, in the story, I actually didn't expect. I thought she would be pretty boring, like simply, you know, like just like sex appeal and nothing else. But she has a good story, I think. This patch was quite nice in presenting her. I liked it a lot. Her design-wise, great cat, cool dress. I think it would be better if it was a full dress, like with only one cut. Like leave a cut here, like make a hip cut, and then everything else is a full dress. I think that would be better. But really like these like black elements, like the horns and the tail. So yeah, I think she has a cool design. For some reason, I especially like the black skin marks with the gold. Looks really cool in my opinion. So for the build, I'm using the Solitary Healing Glide Call, simply because it gives break effect more than other free alternatives, and she gives part of this break effect to your dance partner. There really is no other alternative. You could use Peerless Vet, but then you would need to get some effective trade, and then Fugue can't run Peerless Vet because they don't stack. So Salutary Healing it is. Maxed out trades, of course. Cavalry set, so she deals some damage. I know that you can run some the equal set on her, but maybe in the future, if I think that it's needed. A great body actually, like it's insanely well. It leveled insanely well. Everything else is kind of mid. Yeah. I think it will probably change these to an energy regeneration rope, because I often do notice that I kind of rather have her already for clear, especially with Rappa, so that might be on the table. And no islands, of course. So yeah, that were all of my characters. So for now, until 4.0, there will probably be no new additions. I don't like Con or anything wise. I mean, I might get the Saber slide con. Oh, not Saber, sorry. Aglaea slide con. So, I think that was the part that most people were actually interested in. So, the next part that actually might be interesting to some people is my pulling history, my luck, essentially. I can't really show it in game. There is like a site that I use to track my pulls, my luck, and so on, which of course doesn't track your luck on the global scale, but compared to other people who upload their information. So I will add the images post-production, and for now we will just use this screen probably, or maybe we could just like watch the bubbles and bubble in the background about the screen, the photos here. Yeah, I think we'll do that. So my overall, my total warps, so how many warps I have done, is in top 3%. My 5-star luck, so how lucky I get with my 5 stars, not with the 50/50s, is a top 4.5%. 4.5%, which is insane. And my rate up luck, so how often I win 50/50s is exactly 50%. So I'm exactly at the like expected value. Though my 4-star luck is kind of bad. So this was for the character warps, and we will now check out my warp history. So by this point, I've done a total of 2,700 warps, which is a crazy amount number. And you can see that I get pretty lucky. There were some moments where I lost a lot of 50/50s, or like I lost them with high PT, and so on. But mostly, most of my pulls kind of, I eventually get lucky enough to overcome my 50/50 losses, you know. So this account isn't Stelle lucky. Like if you were asking how could you pull so many characters without like donating into the game, like except the monthly pass, that's the answer. I just got extremely lucky with this account. At the start of this, like of me playing this game, I was actually top 0.8%. So like I think when Topaz came out, or even when like Huohuo came out, like 5 patches, I was top 0.8% in luck, which is insane. And over time it has fallen a bit, but still I'm pretty up there. Now for the Lightcon luck, I'm actually unlucky there, not too much. I'm bottom 48% in the 5-star luck, and bottom 48% in the rate up luck. So how often I win my 75/25? And I did more pulls than 90% of the player base, so a bit unlucky, but not too far from the norm, so it's okay. Actually get pretty lucky with my 4-star Lightcons, which is nice. Yeah, and we can see, if I don't forget to be a picture of the history of my Lightcon pulls. And you can notice that I actually haven't lost many of my Lightcon pulls. So the first 5 were victories, and 2 of them were pretty early. So that was really nice. I lost my 75/25 to Cypher's Lightcon, and then you might see the Jeopard Lightcon there at 30 PT. I was trying to pull Tank's signature. I remember like seeing the preservation icon. I was so happy. I was like, oh my god, I got Tank's Lightcon. I can't believe it so early. And then it turned out to be Jeopard. So sadly couldn't get his Lightcon, but this is what it is. Yeah. I don't think most people are interested in this, but let's quickly check out my standard banner pulls. They are pretty bad, so I'm in the bottom 22%. So I don't get as lucky on the 5-star pulls, which is a bit sad. But you know, it's not the end of the world. I did get a lot of Clara there, so like 2 Clara Lightcons and 2 Claras. So that's kind of funny, but otherwise nothing too important to mention. As for my collaboration warp, again, nothing really insane. I went top 25 in the Lightcon PT, which is, sorry, that was wrong. In the character calibration, I'm top 38%. In like the 5-star luck, so like how early the Saber dropped for me. And my rate up is 35. I'm not sure why 35. It's kind of weird because I bought only once. But okay, and as you can see, I got Saber at 74 PTA, so just a bit before soft PTA. And for the collaboration warp, like Lightcon collaboration warp, I'm the top 30%. So again, pretty lucky overall. 59 PTA. I think that's I think that is also before soft PTA. So again, quite lucky. Or hopefully the images I included, I did include them and I didn't forget about it. Be really sad that I didn't forget. But after all of that, I think we can focus on more unimportant things, I guess. So I'm in my room because maybe some people would like to see how I decorated it. It's nothing special. There really isn't much decoration to be done. Like some pillows, some sparkle dolls, you know. The Tribbie doll by the bedside, the huge pom-pom doll. I think that's like it's forced to be here. Some little Ika, what's called like keychain. This big computer actually has like a secret quest with the virus, which is really fun. This is sadly not a real Chimera, it's just the baby doll. This part is really cool. I didn't decorate it, of course, but you know, I just want to say that I really like that they added this. Sadly, there isn't anything after Aventurine, I think, which is a bit disappointing though. I guess considering the fact that Aventurine is like exactly real, we couldn't put anything here, so you know. Yeah, nothing special here. It's not like bear burger, nothing else. Get the cream roll cup. Yep, nothing really. Nothing else. For some reason, lagging bathtub. Lagging bathtub. I'm not sure why it's like glitching, but okay. Let's go away. I don't really want to cause an epileptic episode on anyone, if it can cause. That's kind of weird. Let me show some of the map exploration. I know this isn't the Genshin, but you know, maybe people would be interested in this. So I basically completed like everything. Whatever the game presents, I do it in full. So all of these maps are completely completed. All of the like challenges, all of the puzzles and so on. I enjoy it highly, like getting all the chests and stuff, and especially on Xianzhou, the like the Rubik's cube game. Not sure what it was called. Like the one when you rotate the cube, you play with its orientation. That one was really fun. I really liked it. So yeah, Billabong was pretty simple. It was like start of the game. Not many chests, not many areas, and they are mostly all small. And then we go, of course, to the Xianzhou, which was a noticeable increase in complexity, like map complexity. But eventually I filled it out too. In my like, if I speak about my like story experience, my impressions, I think like most people, I enjoy Bellabok. I enjoyed Xianzhou, but noticeably less than Bellabok. Like the height of the Xianzhou story was the ghost hunting event, which speaks a lot, I think, about the main story. It was the ghost hunting event, like the quest with Jing Yuan and Tang. Everything else was like kind of, I mean, like the reveal of Tang was cool, but not too much, in my opinion. Yeah, everything is completed here. Got all of these missions, which sadly they don't really do anymore for some reason. the shackling prison, which was a bit hard to actually complete because it was really hard, really complex. Then Sky Splitter, nothing really important here. Pelagoni, again, they've increased the size of the map. I completed like everything here. It wasn't too hard. Even the birds one, you just like buy the 18 coins and then just feed them to him, to the birds. Though, pretty easy. Yep, and this thing is also completed for me. As well as on the Herta station and on the Central. Yep, everything is done here. Here as well. Done, 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 done. I don't think I missed anything actually. Like some time ago I was going back and checking everything. And of course, just first stream I've thought about Penacony. So Penacony was a noticeable improvement in storytelling, I think, for the game, but that should have given it more time. The 3-4 patches they gave it was not enough. And that's noticeable by the current patch, because the story right now makes much more sense in my opinion. It's like it's better at characterization, and I'm really sad they essentially had to retcon what happened to make this scan. It just really sours my taste, and I feel like if you are a new player, you deserve a good experience. Like, as a veteran, I played with Penacony as it was released. It's fine, you know. I can experience it. It's a new, so retcon is essentially the only thing that's possible. You know, if you want to improve the story. But I think they should have changed Penacony completely. Like, just remake it. Give the veteran players a retcon so we can like play through it again, or like see what happened like in a sped up manner, you know. But I want new players to actually have a good experience with the story, and so they don't come a year later playing through 3.8 confused like, okay, and what was the point of earlier parts? I know they gave like the story explanation, the story like reasoning, but it just, oh wow, otherwise you would have died on 4 years. Like, what is this? Why is that not an explanation? That's like, that's cop out. It's sad. I think Penacony had a lot to offer, and it did offer a lot, but they have showed they can do better. And I really hope they don't repeat the mistakes of Penacony and Amphorius on the new planet. As for Amphorius, I loved it. I think it's the best planet so far. Great story. The amount of patches being so long is definitely a plus. I loved that they focused so much on the character personalities. Like, because of the length of patches, we actually could focus on the characters, and they felt like they existed for a purpose. You know, like Puthill in Penacony, he's there for like an hour. Why does he exist? To set up something in the future? That sounds stupid exactly, but it's disservice to his character, you know. He has such a deep backstory with his like family and adopted daughter, and then like he's reduced to a cyborg. That's it basically. It's sad. I think Amphorius was great, and I hope they can repeat its heights and avoid its downfalls, because Amphorius suffered from the presentation. It suffered from not having enough character animation and camera work, which I think has improved with time a bit, and this patch is noticeably better at this at this particular part, because you can notice like with the Dahlia and some of the like other story moment, they started posing the characters and the camera better. Like it's more engaging to see, and I'm really happy about that. Of course, the next band has been delayed because of the political conflicts, so it doesn't seem to be going too well. But I really hope they can avoid the pitfalls and like everything bad. But overall, yeah, Warriors was amazing. Great characters, great world design, great world building, important world building. So it wasn't like just oh, it's just Spellbook, it's not important. No, it was like actually important world building. We met with Sandar. Sorry, what? We defeated the Lord Ravager. It's cool. That was really cool. We learned a lot about like eons of the universe. Amazing stuff in my opinion. Yeah, so that was my map exploration. What else can I show you? I can show you my achievement progress. I try to complete all the achievements, so kind of. Well, I can't say no life. That doesn't take a lot of time, especially when you've been playing this game for almost 3 years. But yeah, I have most of the achievements in the game. I haven't completed some of them from the previous patches and from this patch, but I have most of them. So like most of the story-related ones, most of the quests-related ones, most of the battle-related ones. Some of them I can't complete sadly because I don't have the characters. Some of them, like the Universe in a Nutshell, there are some like secret achievements that require insane amounts of luck in the Smoke Disaster expansion, and I'm not going to try it. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to just suffer trying to get it. Yeah, but I have most of the achievements. Yeah, nothing really much else to say. Most of the ones I haven't done can be quickly achieved, but just like completing some of these quests, so like not too hard. Then we can check my progress with the in-game modes, I guess, and with the Cinematic Universe expansions. So you might as well, yeah, my collection. Nothing really, what you didn't know, like bookshelf. I have collected most of the books, most of the music. Yeah, battle showcases. I haven't yet tried the new Aventurine Shadow. I thought about making a video or not making a video, so I'm not sure. It's weird, but I kind of feel like I put out too much Honkai content, so maybe I should make this, but I think I still will. Nothing like too cool here, like 9 cycles, not too good, but like considering I don't have any like islands, yeah, I think it's okay. You definitely can do better, but I did okay. 3 stars is enough. I don't really try to do 0 cycles and such stuff. I am interested in it. I watched the 0 cycles clears, but it's not something I focus on. And you actually can check out my full clear of the MOC on my channel again. Same goes for this pure fiction. So yeah, finally enough, my dot team cleared better than my Herta team, which is kind of crazy. But I don't think there's like any buff that's good for the Herta, so sadly we had to do with these like amount of points. Or maybe just kill issue, Can also be that. For the formula arbitration, the last times I've managed to clear all of them with 2 stars in the king and 3 stars in all of the 9 stages. That was the first one. I found the first version to be quite. I can't say it was easy, The 9s were somewhat okay. I enjoyed it. You still had to optimize, like change rotation, so that's fun. I had to optimize a lot the king stage, like rely just on some RNG, so that was a bit not nice, but I still enjoyed like tinkering with the character kits, like like relics and so on. So like here I think I had to switch around the energy ropes and like artifacts and so on. That was fun, that was really fun. This one was similar. Here switch every night to energy rope and you had to forge the buffs like when they run out and so on, so like reapply them at the right moment, so like turn every night's ult not like instantly but at some precise moments to maximize damage, and like I found that to be fun. Like it's requires more strategizing than regular memory of chaos. And again, 2-star clear, 3-star all of the night. This wasn't really hard. This was like pretty relatively easy, like not first try, but not too bad. And the latest update was hard. You can watch my completion of this. I didn't manage the first times. I didn't manage to figure out the teams and how to clear it. So like my first attempt were pretty bad, like I think 1 and 2 stars or something like that. These stages especially, like it's crazy. I don't think like most teams, I think, except like Fine and maybe Fine and Anaxa can't complete it well. I feel like. So yeah, so I had to try a lot with my dot team, but I can't say with my dot team it was mostly about luck. I had to like really get down to the team rotation, like figure out what I needed to do, what I didn't need to do, and it all came down like to just the last action in the second cycle, so it was crazy. So it was hard, but it was enjoyable to achieve that. Same goes for break. For the second stage, you just have to run HMC there with Firefly, at least in my opinion. Like Lingsha doesn't give enough. You, without Islands, there is no other way. The first stage was kind of weird. It was hard with every other team, but somehow the Mima Sprite team like dealt with it easily, which I know is like the strongest team in the game, but still it was. The disparity was kind of jarring. I think part of the problem is the design of the enemies, because like the unicorn panda ray thingy, like it's really weird. Like you want to action advance it so it spawns more babies, so like you want to kill the babies and then action advance it so it summons babies, like wastes its own HP, but the babies are so fat, they have so much HP that it's really hard to kill them. And I know it feels like the enemy wants to do one thing and then works against that thing. Kind of like weird way, I'm not sure if I explained it right. And the king stage is, I've seen a lot of people say that it's quite easy, and I can't disagree. It allows for easy like no sustained clears. And I got like 2 stars on like my second attempt with no Islands team, like a 3-cost team, no 4th like 5-star, which is pretty crazy, but I think the debuffs are kind of great. Like you can't run Rappa there, or you can, but you will suffer, and they just, to me, it seems disgusting. You can run some other characters, but then it just, I don't know, I really dislike the bot design here in this normal arbitration. I hope I don't move in that like direction. I thought it was like really bad. So yeah, pretty good clears considered my characters, like the investment level. So I guess we can move to the Thread universe. I've done all of them to like to the full completion. I've like unlocked everything. Uh, Same goes like for the three basic expansions. I've done everything for them, and mostly the same goes to the Divergent Universe and the Currency Wars. So I have like the highest rank here. Let's even go there so we can check out the connection. Where is it? Here it is. I have like the highest rank here. You know. Where's it? How do I? Oh yeah, here it is. So you can't go any higher than Intelligent Monarch. I don't have like the full collection, and I have like yet leveled up to 120 because just updated this patch and I don't really want to. I don't enjoy playing this. It's like I think Currency Wars is a far better game mode than this one. So like I will feel this out as I play the weekly updates or bi-weekly updates. I don't have all of these challenges completed, and I could, I think, most of them, but there's like the reward isn't like too enticing, so I don't really want to try hard. And most of the gallery is completed except some of the new very curious like other stuff, like occurrences and equations. So mostly I don't. Yeah, I also bought everything in here the shop, so I have like just 67. Holy, that's a nice coincidence. I have just 67 of these like thingies, so I can buy tons of these passes. I really hope there are more icons here because otherwise it's crazy. There's nothing to do with the currency. Yeah, here's my museum. I think these like basically are the only ones that actually like make sense to use. They give like the strongest buffs to your runs. It's pretty bad, but like everything else is kind of just too specific. I feel like I'm still shocked by this, like by fun, really. Who thought of that? Why not by 10? Like at least 10 can do something, in my opinion. This just is really strange. Yeah, this one is cool. This one is really nice. Yep, just in general, nothing too great. And then we can go to the Currency Wars, which I have recorded one run, which you can watch on my account. So, on my YouTube account, I mean, yeah. So the maxed Ascension rank, which will be pretty soon expanded. I haven't completed all of these. I have completed most, so I just need to do the heal and active poetry and balance of the festivities. But at the higher difficulties, this is just essentially impossible because they don't synergize well enough, so you need to decrease the difficulty essentially. Most of the data bank is filled out, like this is only privileged equipment. So no real way to like get this except get lucky. And this one I try to get the new ones when I can, but a lot of the ones I've skipped are like they're horrible. Like for example, what I skipped here. Let's check. Like this can be okay. Like this. Get 3 gold coins for every 3 or 5 cost characters purchased. Easily gain 6 gold coins. Like what is this? This is just insanely bad. Like you gain 3 gold coins for every 15 gold coins spent, and it's not the fact you will even buy 3 5-cost characters. I don't see the point of this at all. Like, this is crazy to me. Some of the, like, okay, this is just like, this gives you a bonus, but just spend some of these are actively like killing your team. Like, where is it? Like this thing. It just killed your character. What's the point? It's not enough speed amplification to justify it. Like, because of the speed, your character just dies. I don't understand this. It's really weird. But someday I will get them all. I think it's not too hard. Let's see. I've completed like all the regular challenges. Most of these ones. Got lucky with the Oilbird ones, and he got me. And it's like Crimson Moon, Lupine, like I love, for some reason, I love Wolf Hunt. It's a great bond. I mean, it's pretty bad, but I just love playing it. I don't know why. I spent a long time trying to achieve this. Really enjoyable. And this one is pretty hard. It's like really luck based, but eventually I will get it. And yeah, this is like also luck based. Nothing too insane. Yeah, so I guess that's that. I don't think there's anything else to show, or I might actually show just my, like, some of my inventory. Like, on this part, oh, actually I have too many of these things. I will need to use them on something. Maybe like just my light console for some reason. I don't know. We already seen most of them, but you know. So yeah. Let's now look at the Saber, Clara, again start of the hunt, so here the hunt Archer, hunt Feixiao, hunt Topaz, hunt Seele. I have a lot of hunt light guns. Himika signature, 2 Prolia signatures, the Nihility here, the 2 Nihilities from Cipher and Acheron, Xuan signature, 2 Shepard signatures, 1 Remembrance gone from the Herta and 1 from the limited banner for Evernight, and then just all of these light guns just they're sitting there waiting for a viable user. Nothing special about the purple light guns, I guess. Most of them are just like here for the future, perhaps. I try not to discard purple light guns because I think they can always be useful, like in the future. So, yep. 1285 bin. Okay, let's just discard the better ones quickly. 1279 relic pieces. Most of them are of course unleveled, but they have like potential, so to speak. Let's check maybe there's speed. There's no speed, then it goes to the trash. Yeah, nothing important here. Nothing important here except 800 of these trick snacks. Is there anything cool here? I don't think so. Maybe 55 of these things, like, I don't know. I think this apple is left over. I don't think you can use it anywhere. You get like the expert decorations for these apples, but I think like 1 is extra. Cute photo with March. We have a lot of photos actually, I just realized. That's really nice. 3 birthday cakes, and then the letter from Irene that she gave us. 100 pools, which I'm saving for 4.0. One of these things I don't really know what to reroll right now. These things, 2 heads, and 7, so like, theoretically I could buy something from the, is it here? Yeah, from here or here. but I don't really know what, so I'm holding all of them. Yeah, and yeah, so I buy only this. I used to buy this on like an sale because Samsung store, like the phone app, used to provide like these coupons, which reduced the cost to €1, which is like kind of insane. But right now they made them worse. So right now the cost is reduced only to €3. So I kind of stopped buying them. I bought one pack of generic things, which was to get the Mem light gun, like Mem hat. And I also had like a discount coupon, so not free to play. I'm not sure like what they could have has. Definitely not like a whale or a dolphin. I think. I definitely spent more than most people, but not too much. I think. Like, I mean, of course it's like relative, but you know, I don't see myself buying any of these until like unless I get like some insane job, because this seems incredibly inefficient, like incredibly unvaluable. Like this, how many? I think there's like 80 pulls with the top up bonus, which is just crazy for €100. Just, I'm sorry, are you insane? So yeah, I am just sticking to the monthly passes for now, and the battle pass. Oh yeah, like probably my battle pass is like the old budget for 2 right now. Nothing important. What else? I guess we could show my profile pictures. Like most of them are for the characters. This was for the list of the game. I don't remember getting these ones. I know they are from the battle pass, but I don't remember myself buying a battle pass. I have no idea why they're here. Like genuinely. And it's not like I really like this profile picture, so I don't think I would have bought battle pass for this reason. So I have no idea why. Yeah. I must have bought the battle pass, but I don't remember myself doing that. Most of these are like from some quest and stuff. The one I use was from an old collaboration. I think it was in the first year of the game, maybe after Pentagon, I'm not sure. It was like some kind of food collaboration with different restaurants, and if I'm not mistaken, my friend who didn't play Honkai, he bought like the pizza from the place that was collabing, and I asked him if you could give it to me, and he said like, yeah, why not? And thanks to him, I have this thing. This one was from the New Year celebration last year, I think. A really used one, but I use this one simply because it's like, oh, it's rare and it's good, of course, but you know. Yeah, I think. So maybe I should show my pets, you know, that's the last thing. That's basically it. Yeah, I think that's it. I showed everything I could think of. I hope you enjoyed. I will make another account tour sometime in the future, but it will probably be at the end of version 4, I think, if I still play the game with them, which I think I will. So it's going to be a long while until then. Other than that, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope I wasn't speaking too loudly. For some reason, I was super excited to talk about my account. I don't think I got too loud, but I might have been too quick in my manner of speech. If you think that this video is kind of like bad, please leave a comment. I might re-record this, depending on like the public opinion, if you get any, you know. Yeah, but thank you for watching. I ideas for other videos, please leave a comment. If it's anything to do with Honkai or any other game, I would love to do what I can. I should release an Apocalyptic Shadow video, I think, later on this week, maybe. And then there will be some other like Minecraft videos and so on. Maybe Expedition 33, so we will see. But thank you for watching. I wish you good night or good day, depending on when you are listening to this. And I will see you later. Bye bye.